Hey, what's going on everybody? It's your favorite Introvert here, and today is kind of a bittersweet day. I'm out at the flying field again, which is always a good thing, but today we're going to do our last flight of the Parrot Disco drone. Turns out that I haven't flown it as much as I've wanted to. More interested in quadcopters and drones, and busy with my business and stuff like that. Long story short, I'm going to end up putting this up for sale. So with that being said, let's go ahead. I want to give you one more look into the feature of flight plan, show you how you can program flights, program your videos, program photos, as well as the angle that the photos take. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We have a windy day, we got a train coming, so it's gonna be a good time. All right, it almost pains me to say it, but I'm probably gonna be departing ways with my Disco here. I feel like I've gotten as much out of it as I can. Really haven't been able to fly it much. I've just been busy with drones and quadcopters. I believe I really like quadcopters over fixed wing aircraft, but that's not necessarily to say that the Disco is bad. I really like the Disco in all of the options and just the flight plan, everything that you can plan and program into the Disco. I'm a really big fan of just the ease of use, plug and play type attitude that Parrot has taken with the Disco. I really like it. So with that being said, I'm just going to make one farewell video with it. I'm going to do a flight plan and I'm going to go fly it that way. So what that way is Alabama A&M's campus. I'm going to do a high overview flight of it and just kind of tilt pan video photos with the Disco. But without any further ado, we're going to pay attention to the wind. We're going to be throwing that way and we're going to be programming a flight plan. So let's get into it. All right, we're getting the Parrot Disco ready for our flight here. We're using flight plan, and you have to remember that the aircraft sets its altitude with the barometer of your phone or the barometer of the chuck at its current altitude. So if you're in an area with a lot of hills or some high-rise mountains and or buildings, you have to remember that the flight plan will only recognize altitude at its home point. So if you're flying to an area that is 150 feet higher than where you are when you launched, you're going to have to keep that in mind so you don't plow your Bebop 2, your Bebop 2 Power, your Parrot Disco. Any one of those will have the tendency to do that. So I have set here mine to 100 meters, and I am going to set some points where I want it to maybe take pictures. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so we have it take off. Yeah. Third checkpoint here, I want it to take a video. Okay, and maybe a photo as well. 10 seconds, sure. Take it at raw. In my angle, I want it to be negative 25 degrees. And I want it to be right 40 degrees, 45. We'll do 45 degrees. We'll see how that does. Okay. We'll back out of it. All right, for the fifth one here, actually we'll do a 9. On the 9th one, all right, it's selected. We're gonna want to do about the same. Okay. And we're gonna want to take a photo. All right. So the 9th one here, there we go. We'll have to take a photo as well as have that angle, as well as the third one. We want to have that photo and the angle taken at the photo. All right, so it's basic drag and drop procedure. You can fill this up however you would like. It's going to start recording at the beginning of takeoff, and it's going to record all the way to the end and when we land. So, you know, just set up a couple of points where I want the camera to take some pictures, and we'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting to see, but you know, that's the fun of flying. If it's not right the first time, you can always try again. These batteries last a long time. So, without any further ado, I'm going to walk out to the middle of the field, take my Parrot Disco here, and toss it. Oh, we are recording, so take the disco out to the middle of the field here, hopefully middle of the frame. Remember to point into the wind. I want to walk pretty good ways out here, so all right, and hope you work. Yep, and I guess it needs an end point, so it needs to land somewhere, I guess, so. Okay, so, all right, put a circular landing in there, and there it goes. Easy as that, struggling into the wind. We are recording. All right. So obviously you want to maintain connection as much as possible. So in the event there was something to go wrong in the flight, you want to be able, in the event there was something wrong with the flight, you want to be able to take over and regain control of the aircraft so it doesn't cause any damage to the drone and or humans and or property, because that would just be the absolute last thing we want to have happen. So there it goes. Cue the music. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for me, which is good because the wind is definitely starting to pick up, so it wouldn't be no fun flying the disco in this kind of wind. It was a good send off for the disco. Like I said, I just don't fly it as much as I thought I would. The features packed into that little bird are awesome and amazing. I'm just not using it. I'm finding that I'm using the quads a lot more than I am the disco, and that it is what it is. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you next time.